everybody, welcome to socaldramtram. Thank you, man. This is your boy Caesar.
And I'm Matt. And hey, if you're new here, be sure to click that subscribe button and don't forget to click the little bell so you know when we drop a new review. And if you're returning, hey, we appreciate you sticking around. Caesar, what do we got today?
Today, we got something from my bar, folks, a Glenfohdry. And before we get into this, I just want to let you guys know what coins we're using. For my coaster coin, as well as my coaster, I'm using the,
That's a Whiskey Wednesdays coin.
That's right. And then for my topper coin, I'm using my last drop. Thanks, brother. Appreciate the coin.
And today, let's see, what do I got? So right now, I'm using my new dram drinker. Pour it, drink it, enjoy it with friends. This is his, I guess you'd call it his batch 2 coins. Anthony and Nikki were super cool to send this out to me. It's coin number 21. It's my water polo number, so I appreciate that. You guys know me. I don't really use coaster coins, but I do want to go ahead and shout out Whiskey Leatherworks. Whiskey Leatherworks on Instagram. Check them out. They sent me these coasters for Wyoming whiskey, and they're super cool. Really nice, genuine leather. I got 4 of them. They come with a nice little leather strap. If you guys are interested in some cool coasters for your bar, check them out. But enough of that. Let's get to the review. What do we got here, Caesar?
So today, this Glenfohdry 21-year-old is from my bar. It's pretty good. It's definitely pretty good. It's not the first Glenfohdry I've had, but it's the first Glenfohdry that's peated that I've had, because they have a couple other bottles in their lineup. I think this is one of the very few, or if only, peated ones that they have in their lineup. It's a 21-year-old exclusive to Total Wine, so sorry if you're out of the States. And if you are, then hey. But Glenfohdry, Total Wine exclusive, 21-year, aged in ex-bourbon casks. Non-chill filtered, so I mean that's pretty good. It also won gold actually in the 2008 International Wine and Spirits competition, for whatever that's worth. Hey, it got gold somewhere. But
I feel like it needs to be on a pedestal or something.
Shaking itself and popping.
Right?
Nonetheless, we have a 21-year-old that I got from Total Wine, and this 21-year-old came in at a price point of $99. And for a 21-year-old, it's definitely not the most expensive 21-year-old I've found. But since I liked the 12-year, the 18-year that I tried from it, then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna go for the 21, just because. And folks, you know, it's an alright peated bottle. If you like that peat stuff, this is definitely right up your alley, because I didn't expect it to be a decent peat.
Yeah, so I mean, right off the nose on it, I mean, like you said, we've had a couple Glenfohdrys. I actually have another interesting little fact about this bottle. This bottle's old enough to drink itself.
True that, folks. It's 21.
Hashtag dad joke. But nonetheless, back to the review. Like I said, on the nose, you said this is peated? Because I'm not getting any smoke to it, like at all, nothing.
No, to me, that nose, it smells like a pear. It's average Scotch smell to me, but as far as the taste goes, it's a bit different. As you can see, folks, you know, I hate this.
It's a wounded zebra, as Sean would say.
and I'm not gonna lie, folks. Like, this stuff, it is not bad for its price point at all. What do you think? What do you think on the taste? Because I already know I've had it. I just want to know.
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely had it before. Again, the bottle's on its last legs. But here's what I'll say about it. Yeah, on the nose, no peat at all. The pear note is interesting. I'm getting a little bit of that, but it's almost like a cooked pear. Kind of like cooked fruits, not like stewed fruits or anything like that, but just cooked down fruits. Kind of like fall baking.
I definitely get like tart. As far as taste
like
goes,
you're getting like a fruit tart. That's exactly what it is.
As far as taste goes, I get a fruit tart. On the smell, I got a pear.
Now, interestingly enough, though, as soon as it hits the palate, the peat jumps right forward. Like, it's almost like it almost just rushes you. It reminds me of is similar in quality, but like similar in flavor profile of how it hits you is the Ugadale, the Ardbeg Ugadale that we did way back when.
Yeah,
check it out, it's right up here. You'll like it. It's kind of fun. But it reminds me of that where the smoke just hits you really quick up front, and then it just dissipates and gives way to all these other different flavors.
The smoke I feel in this one hits you like a 3 to 4 out of 10, whereas the Ardbeg came in with that freaking 11, 12. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like I said, it's a different kind of smoke for sure in terms of like how it hits you, but in terms of the, I guess the way it came in, the motion in which you experience 100%. It, right? You know what I mean? Like you hit smoke and then you go into this other flavor profile.
I agree with you because when I first bought this bottle, folks, I did not think it was going to be that peaty. I was like, you know what? I'm going to jump from this to this. I'm going to try it. And then I was like, oh, you know, it doesn't even smell peaty. It smells like a great Scotch. So as soon as I started sipping it, I was like, wow. Where did this come from? And folks, I'm not gonna lie. So there was a night where I was like, you know what? I'm gonna drink this because it's peat. And as far as peat goes, I'm not sure if I like it too much. After the first dram, all right. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go for a second one. Got a second one and I was like, wow, this is pretty good. And then after I finished that one, I went for a third one and I probably went for a 6 or 7 ounce pour because of how much I enjoyed it. Something about this folks, if you don't enjoy a first dram at all, then maybe it's not yours. But if you don't enjoy it just a little bit and you're like, you know what, I can work with it, keep drinking it, and 2-3 drams in, it's gonna hit you smoothly. So for me, definitely took me 2 or 3 drams in the same night consistently of drinking this to where I got to the point where I was like, wow, this is actually doing some good stuff. And not just because it's alcohol got me buzzing like, hey, it's some good stuff. No.
I've seen his pores. They're usually about this big.
They are, but they're that big for everything.
I'm not drunk.
You're
hammered.
My pores are that big for everything, folks. And if I could consistently pour this and it be better, then I was blown away. I was like, wow, you know what? It's pretty good. It took my rating from here to here simply because of that experience. If I only took 1 dram at a time and whatnot, I would probably rate it a little bit lower. But after having it consistently back-to-back 2 or 3 times that one night, I was blown away at how much better it got every time because you appreciate the flavors a little bit more. You're coming from this to drinking, you know, a little bit of a space-side smokiness, and once you stick with that, it's like, wow, okay, I see where you're going.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you were willing enough to give me a sample of this a little while back, and it definitely has changed the more it's oxidized. Mm-hmm. And again, I think when you brought it over last time, it was probably a little more towards the halfway mark, whereas now it's on its last legs, like we said. As air is hitting this, it's mellowing it out for sure. Other things that I'm kind of getting on the palate addition to the smoke, I get a little bit of vanilla, almost a little bit of like honeysuckle or fresh honeycomb. Like there's a little bit of a bite to it though too, which is why I'm thinking of the honeycomb, where it's like, I don't want to call it pepper, but it's like there's a little bit of a peppery bite. There's a little bit of a spice bite. It's probably just from the oak cask, I'm guessing. But it's not bad. It's actually really good stuff. And I mean, it's a 21-year-old Scotch at, what did you say, $90? $99?
99,
yeah. So $100 for 21 years old. There are not many Scotches out there that are 21 years old for that price point. I just added water. I just put 3 drops on it. Have you put any water in yours yet?
Not actually.
So interestingly enough, and we've had this at some point, right? So this is 47% in ABV. And sometimes when we add water, it makes the alcohol note come out, right?
Yeah.
And on this one, ironically enough, it's happening for me. Like I'm getting a little bit more of that, like acetone, nail polish remover kind of note coming up to me in my nose. Great radio where we're silent. But I mean, I'm not really getting much else. Like I thought I got the peat for a second on the nose, but it's just kind of turned all like acetone for me. I'm hoping that's not the experience on the palate.
I was gonna say, you know what's crazy? Like for me, as far as the palate goes, it's very creamy now, like very smooth and creamy. Like it's all like blended together in this lightness for me. You know what I mean? Like from where it was, it's like, all right, now let's lighten it up and mix it up a little bit, and that's what you got with the water.
Yeah, the pro on it is it does round it out, right? So it takes out the rough edges of the Scotch with it neat. And it kind of just rounds it out. It smooths it off, and it's a little bit more palatable to drink. I mean, 3 drops of water. Who knows to say what the ABV is now? But it's definitely more enjoyable. That said, though, the peat goes away and it's on the finish.
Yeah.
So it's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Like, you just shifted.
That's what I like about this. Like, it's definitely peat. Like, I would consider it peat, but the way it comes at you with the peat is so sneaky. Like you smell it, oh, there's no peat. You taste it, oh, there's a peat. And then same with the water. It's like, oh, it's well rounded off. Oh, there's the peat. Like, I've never had a whiskey that hides the peat so well. Every single whiskey I've ever had, bam, there's your peat. There it is. There's that smoke because it's a pungent taste, flavor, smell, everything. But this is the first one for me that's kind of like, all right, you know, like here's a peat and it's kind of smooth. Like the Ardbeg, it was a sneaky peat, but when it hit you, it hit you. Like that is a 11 out of 10 peat. Where this, like, it sneaks and then bam, it hits you, but with like a 3, 4 out of 10. So this is another good introductory peat whiskey I would recommend for folks.
I think where this is going to find its home, at least in my opinion, is you can show off with the age statement for the low price point, $100. Like I said, there's not many 21s out there that I can think of. Maybe Glenfarclas, but I even think that's creeping up pretty high now. GlenDronach is close, you know, north of 200. Do I think those are better 21s? Definitely GlenDronach for sure. But for the price point, I think this is cool because again, if you're new to whiskey, if you're looking to kind of show off on a whiskey bar, things like that, this is a good way to kind of show off an age statement on your bar for sure. And it's also a good introductory to peat. Because
what you trying to say? You trying to say I just have this on my bar just to make it look like I'm a 21-year?
I mean, maybe. I'm not judging. Believe me, I've done it. I'm like, look at my fancy bottle. Never mind all the Johnny Blacks that are hiding.
Let's black out everything except the 21-year. Yeah, exactly. I got a 21-year.
But no, I'm saying if you're new to whiskey, not necessarily like it's, you know, a bad thing to have. But like I said, you can show off with an age statement. I like the higher ABV. I think 47.
Yeah, 47 is higher than average.
Like, hey, we're not trying to squeeze 100%. All the juice out of the barrel. 100%. We're not trying to, you know, make our money go all the way. We're going to give you a little bit more boost for your buck.
I agree.
So again, it's a pretty good value. Availability, I might ding it a little bit for that if it's strictly a Total Wine exclusive. Because again, I haven't seen this anywhere else, and so I've only ever seen it at Total Wine. Does that knock it so far down the ladder? No, but if you're overseas, maybe you can't get it. I don't know. So I mean, for myself, Glenfohdry 21, oak aged, $100. I'll give you a 3. I think 3 is a really good rating for this guy. I like it. Obviously, I think I've had better 21s, but this is a really subtle 21 that is really good. And like I said, if you're new to peat, if you want to try some peaty whiskey, but you still want something that's a little bit fruity, this is definitely a great buy. And like I said, it's not going to break the bank at all. So for me, it's a 3. Where are you going? For
me, folks, it's a 2.
You just yelling at me for your 21 and you're going to give it a 2?
No, yeah, it's a 2. That still means it's replaceable.
For you, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
All right, yeah, it's a Glenfohdry 21. I definitely had some fun. I enjoy shooting my gun, and it's a good $100 bottle on the run. So for those of you at home, you know, being like, I want to get, you know, this guy, you know, a cool bottle, but I don't want to spend too much, you know, but $99 for a 21-year. Yeah, I got your 21-year, brother. Here you go. So for me, it's a 2 because it's definitely gonna, it will be replacing my bar. But for the age statement it is, I've definitely had better 21-year-olds. But it's also priced all right because I haven't really had too many $100 21-year-olds. So at the end of the day, it's a 2 for me.
For sure. Well, it's a 2 from Caesar. It's a 3 from me. That's Glenfohdry 21. We hope you guys like this review. Hey, hit us up in the comments. Have you had Glenfohdry before? Which ones have you had? I've had the 12. Now that the 21. Have we had the 18? I don't remember. We've had a couple. But nonetheless, let us know if you guys have had it. Let us know if you can get it overseas. I'd be interested and very curious to see what it is. Nonetheless, guys, hey, we appreciate you tuning around. Again, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to us. Hit that little subscribe bell and that notification bell. Whatever that means.
Hey, and add us on the Instagram too, please and thank you. Would greatly appreciate it. Do you have anything else to add, Matt?
Just stay safe, drink well. All aboard. We'll catch you next time. Hey everybody, hope you liked that video.
Don't forget to hit that bell for notifications.
And don't forget to subscribe.